I'm making a real quick video just to document this. Let me go over here. It is today, July 28th, 2024. I'm in a random group chat. I turn it off. There are a lot of people in there. If I turn it on, it will mess up like where I'm at in the spot here. This has been done repeatedly by this particular account. I even have screenshots, or a screen video recording, I should say, from yesterday when he did this. The tactic that I'm just going to kind of show right now is how people, in order to try to get away with something, to try to be evasive, they would have what we call a sniper account or a spy account. Same thing, sniper account, spy account. It's basically just a username where if someone doesn't want their main regular talking username that they talk on regularly on Zello, if they don't want to get banned, which they still eventually do get banned anyway, then they'll bring in a secondary decoy account, sniper or spy account, that they use to commit attacks on. And they think that they're slick. They think that they can't be identified hiding behind like these stealth type of accounts, but they mess up because of how they start typing. And the more they start typing text, you learn who they are. They eventually give themselves away. I'm not going to focus right now on showing the video screen recordings of, or showing the content, I should say, of what this person typed, but I can tell you right now, without any worry of defamation of character, the owner of this account right here, mcDonalds.wifi, this account is owned by a guy by the name of Louis Calderon, Luis Calderon, Calder, Calderon. The spelling will be on the YouTube video title. Louis Calderon, I'm not going to go through a whole bio of him. He's in South Florida. He has, in real life, gone through some pretty interesting situations. And on Zello, he is known for very negative things, we'll call it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. It's not for this video, because if I start explaining it, it'll take like 30 minutes. I'm just going to show for the state of showing, or for the record of showing. Sorry, I'm like still waking up because I got to sleep a little bit late yesterday and didn't get enough sleep. But anyway, so people are talking, people are doing the regular thing. What does he do? He notices me having participated previously in this group chat, so to get my attention, he wanted to come in here with his decoy account, Louis Calderon, under the mcDonalds.wifi. The first thing is, the first thing he dropped as a screenshot is one of my brother's companies. Now, why would he need to come and bring a screenshot of one of my brother's, my family relatives? Why does he need to screenshot the company of my brother, the business that my brother is in? Well, he's trying to convey something. He's saying, hey everyone, this is Ronen's relative's professional business. This is how Ronen's relative brother makes money. Now that you know that this is his brother's company, if I click on the photo, it's going to show the company name. So I'm not going to click on the photo to maintain, obviously, the respect of privacy to my own brother's business than how he makes a living. But what is the intention here? The intention is to influence and to promote any of the people who are actively looking at this. If there are any other potential deviants or cyberstalkers in the group chat here, he's saying, hey guys, if you don't like Ronen, this is Ronen's brother's business. Do whatever you want to harass his brother's business. If you want to harass his brother's business through the phone number for the business, do it through the phone number. You want to harass the business through email, do it that way. That is the intent. The intent is malicious. There's no need to post that. I have never, and I can say this even if on Polygraph and even on a spiritual basis, may I be punished if I'm lying. I have not ever, for what I recall, gone on and asked people to harass the place of business of someone's family relatives on Zello. That to me is demented. That to me is psychotic. To come to a social media platform and say that if you don't like another user, so you're going to post another user's brother's company, you have some mental problems at that point. You have some anger management issues that you need to be getting resolved with a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and you should not be on the internet at that point. What's this right here? These are screen captures, screen recorded captures of when the same group of people, the same group of cyber stalkers from Zello, had my mother's house in December of 2020, attempted to be swatted. So let's look at this photo right here that he dropped. He took a screen grab of the body cam footage from the police when the police were called there erroneously. They were called there on a deception. So that right there is actually my brother, shocked, and look at the particular choices of when to pause the video of the body cam footage in the most sorry, I have a Facebook message coming through, in the most compromising or humiliating of like postures. This is the moment that my brother opens the door in the middle of the night, confused. Why do we have a ton of cops at the front door? Is what he's thinking. And look at how mcDonalds.wifi right here, Louis Calderon, look at how he wants to elicit shame from this screenshot in the group to get me to react emotionally in a state of distress, for me to see my own brother on Zello in a group chat deliberately in a state when my family relative was victimized on that night. And what Louis Calderon is doing, and on top of other people who are doing this, is he wants to perpetuate a never-ending cycle of mental torture and anguish to remind me or even my family that we were swatted and that nothing was done about it, because nothing was done about it. But that's another story for another day for why. I'm showing you now the premeditation of Louis Calderon on this particular thing. Now look what he's saying in this photo. He's saying part 2 coming soon. What does that mean, part 2 coming soon? What does that mean? Sorry, I gotta take a swig of water. What does that mean? Good water. That means that he's making a threat. The threat he's making is, we're gonna do it again. That's a threat. Gonna do it again. It's gonna get much worse. What he's doing. Again, if the feds do get involved, mcDonalds.wifi is his username. He thinks he's not gonna get found, but his IMEI is registered with Zello of his phone. This is him now dropping memes where he superimposed my face, there's my face, over some random photo of a person looking at the time to catch a flight. This is something that he's doing because of a recent thing that's taken place where I was lured by a con artist woman from the application from Zello, saying that she wants to meet me. And this is like happened over a course of months. And they found out that I was basically a victim of a scam. And then when it got spilt over to Zello, now they're making a whole spectacle about it. And so this right here is not, illegal, but it just again shows like how desperate there is. There's a level of desperation here in needing to make me feel some sort of humiliation for other people being criminals. I need to feel humiliated for other people being criminals, apparently. Let's continue. Here's another screen grab that he dropped. And let me show you how advanced and desperate these people are. This is from over 10 years ago. I want to say, yeah, like maybe 11 years ago. When I was organizing what was I going to say? I was organizing a rally for Israel right outside of CNN headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was being street interviewed about something. That was placed on YouTube without my consent. The interview was not supposed to go on YouTube with my name, and it was supposed to stay in. Like, I didn't know at the time. I wasn't told where it was going to go, but it was for a church thing called BYOBB. And then Zello cyberstalkers found it on YouTube, in 2014, 2015, thereafter. And I'm going to end up still taking it down because I never authorized that to go up there with my name. But look at what they did here. Let me show you something here real quick. This is what my face actually looks like. Now, just try to memorize that and then compare it to that. What they did is that they screenshot, again, whatever worst angle they can get of me. Oops. But they took my nose in Photoshop and they widened it. And they look at what they did to my lips. They gave me messed up lips. They jacked up and widened and enlarged my nose, and they photoshopped a fake hairline, making me look pretty ugly, to be honest with you. I'm like, yeah, that's not what I look like at all. And this is to elicit a reaction of unattraction, I guess, by the ladies, by these men. These men are trying to make me look humiliated, weak, ugly. This is how far they go. They go as far as to take screenshots wherever they can find you on the internet, and then they go and they alter the photo to make you look worse. This is not what I look like in that video. My nose, look at that nose. Look a bell pepper nose. I'm not gonna. And look what they did to the lips. I only noticed this when I zoom in. It's horrible. It's horrible. So this is what he also dropped, because he's a hateful creep. Louis Calderon, Florida, hateful creep. Dropping photos that's not even what I look like. Okay, here's some more of the swatting. Here's where it gets worse. Look what he wrote. Whether he wrote that or he didn't write that, maybe someone else, and then he reproduced it. The fact that he reproduces is still that he's co-signing on this threat. He wrote, "This time the cops will kick your door down and point guns at all your family. Da 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 da. We promise you." That is a terroristic threat. It's a terroristic threat to commit a swatting. It's a terroristic threat in the sense that it's conveying a threat to me that they got away with a federal crime in the past. What's the federal crime? Misuse of emergency first responders. When you try to call 911 and you're trying to send police to some address on a falsehood that you're saying something is going wrong there, but nothing is, and it's a prank, and then you're risking the lives, or at least even the peace. You're interfering with the peace of a home, and you're also basically exploiting law enforcement resources. But the federal government has basically branded it a crime being called misuse of emergency first responders. Misuse of emergency first responders. So he's making a terroristic threat because he's saying in this threat that it's going to happen again, but this time it's going to be much worse based on whatever they'll lie to the 911 dispatcher to do it again. And the motivation, hate crime, out of anti-Semitism. Okay? In that one caption, you have two things simultaneously. The threat of committing a felony a swatting attempt. And the motivation for wanting to do the swatting attempt is because me and my family are Jewish. This is Louis Calderon, folks. This is him just being crass. He has the screenshot of, I guess, the legs of the one woman that I was talking with that ended up her being a scam artist. Now, there's an irony to this. This woman screwed this guy off, and this guy is obsessed with her. And look at what he wrote. And he, by the way, he's deliberately misspelling my first name because he's thinking that somehow evades accountability. There's no such person on Zello named Ronen, Ronin. Him, like, misspelling by one letter off my name makes him think that he's like, oh, I didn't mean him. Okay, well, who did you mean? If he gets arrested or gets investigated, okay, Louis Calderon, who did you mean when you were referring to this person? Oh, there's no other person on Zello called Ronen with an I. Idiots. So look at the next photo. What are you talking about, Jew boy? Everything is about me being Jewish. He's showing he's an anti-Semite. I even have recordings of him saying the hard R N-word to black people. This guy is a racist. He's an anti-Semite. This guy at 30 years old has still yet to leave his mommy's house. His mother is a convicted felon on drug charges having to do with minors. This is the caliber of the people that are on Zello committing these crimes. It's not to say that everyone on Zello is like this, but like these are the ones that they don't have any friends in real life because no one wants to have anything to do with them in real life. So they come on Zello and they do these crimes and these harassments and these stalkings, all this stuff, because they think that they can get away with it and never get locked up because they're doing it at a distance. Let's see what else. Now he's dropping more of it. Well, now I can't go to the next one because then that could get the video flagged. He was dropping home address information relating to who again? My relatives. That's my mother's name. And he posted that. We'll take a wild guess. Let's mix it all together. So he's showing pictures of the swatting, and he's making threats it'll happen again. And then, after he's posting that, he drops the purchase history, the real estate records of my mother having purchased a home and the home's address in connection to this. Why? I forgot to say this. This body cam footage is from Dunwoody, Georgia. When they swatted this house, when they swatted my family's house, my mother's house, that was geographically in Dunwoody, Georgia. Back in December 2020. My mother has since sold the house and moved. She's moved to Florida. So they have literally stalked my mother's new address. Stalked my mother's new address in Florida. And right below this thing right here. No, I can't show it. Right below is the address of my mother's new house. So he's making a terroristic threat and fully completing the threat by saying that they know the home address. So if they wanted to get ready to do it again, they have the new address to do it all over again. FBI. And what's the motivation again? The motivation is right there. Read it again. Okay? Hey, Louis Calderon, because I know you're going to see this on YouTube. The more direct video screen records showing even additional information that I can't show on YouTube, I'll have that ready for the FBI. And I'll be sure to also show the FBI all of the other video footage evidence that I've collected on all of you. You as well, you included, Louis Calderon, where the first swatting, you admitted on video that you don't realize that I have you on recording. You admitted that you not only did, what happened, the swatting, and that you knew about it, but you also recorded the other co-conspirators having admitted to having done the swatting, and then you destroyed the evidence. You deleted files off your phone. You deleted recordings off your phone with other people's voices, other people miking up on other channels, secret group chats, all admitting what they did. You destroyed evidence. You've committed multiple felonies, Louis Calderon. Multiple felonies. I mean, right here alone is terroristic threats off hate crime. But the other stuff that it's not for this video is you basically admitting that you were obstructing. You were obstruction of justice. You were blocking the ability for a real investigation to actually happen. And it's not technically tampering with evidence because you didn't submit the evidence. You just made sure that there was no evidence. You destroyed evidence on a federal crime. Okay? So keep playing this game, Louis Calderon, as well as everybody else that's involved that I know watches these videos. Keep playing the game. You're not going to be able to play, by the way, and he texted later on afterwards. He texted, "I'm going to put you in jail, Ronen." You're going to put me in jail? Go to your local FBI office. Go to your local cops. File a report on me, Louis. Then I'm going to contact them, and I'm going to show them, not even show them, I'm going to give them the whole cloud drive folder that they can access of all of the evidence on you and your buddies. And then let's see if your law enforcement that you first go to and cry wolf to, let's see if they don't turn on you and then charge you. Okay? All right? Talk to you later.